Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube, it says.
It looks like here we
Streaming
are.
live on YouTube, it says.
So everyone, I think we are here finally after a bit of a challenging navigation. Welcome to the day, to the 2222222 portal. I like to say as many twos as possible. And we're going to record. Here we are. This is an auspicious time. And you know, we're learning many new tools here. Learning also to be patient with ourselves, to be present. And it's fun. It's fun to navigate this. I just put the link in the chat for everyone that's on the train right now. And we're going to do a little sharing here around what our prayers for humanity, our prayers for the earth. And you know, it's something that it's a beautiful thing to witness each other, to witness each other's thoughts spoken into the field. And, you know, to have a moment to share, to be listened to. And we do this a lot on the train, right? We have this space where we gather and we share, and we've been doing this for almost 2 years. And it's been an interesting experience, and I've been reflecting on this a lot. As we're coming up to this time of really a 2-year mark of where the world changed so much. And it's been a really hard change in many ways. It really shifted our habits, and it shifted our trajectory. You know, many projects and businesses and many things came to an end, but a lot of things got really real, right? A lot of things were exposed that maybe needed to be exposed, you know. And I think there's a quickening for sure that's happening because of this grand global shift. And so to have moments where we land and we get to share our stories and our perspectives of what's been going on for us personally, and then what we've been observing, is helpful, I think, for us to see, to tap into that truth and that reality for each of us, you know, as we're like in these screens, is like, are you real? Are you guys real? Some of you I've never met in person, right? But some of you I have met in person, and this is a way for us continue to stay connected. So I am grateful every time I, you know, approach this amazing thing called a computer, and all the minerals and all the things that are connected to it, that it can help me connect with you. Like, I know some of you here, you know, are very far away from where I am. Let's see, I think I know Kay Roy in the Lucria, they're in Budapest, right? And Rosie is in New York. Antoinette is in South Africa. Look at that beautiful, huge piece you're working on. Wow. That is quite a day to be working into that field. Wow. And Jess is in Scotland, right? And Rose, I think you're in are you in Belgium? Yeah, I got it right. And Laura, Spirit Song, where are you in the world? Lithuania.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And Brittany, you're somewhere in the North American sphere, I feel. I don't know if I remember. And we have Masha. Where are you, Brittany? Brittany's in New Mexico. Michelle is in Canada. I know we have Kimberly and Shane are in Canada. Numa is in France. Valerie is in Europe, maybe in Vienna. Marina in Brazil. Wow. So, and Roland is in Germany. I just feel so thrilled that we have this landing place. Lada is in the Czech Republic. And there was we did catch a little bit of the stream of a prayer that was happening through Unify, who has been one of the centers of organization, really calling in a lot of spiritual masters and for days like today for global meditation and prayer. And they were hosting a prayer around the Ukraine right now, which is in a very heightened state of tension, right, with Russia. And I can only imagine what it must feel like to be there, and so for us to drop into that awareness that we have friends there, and we're human beings that are, that deserve to have the basic human rights and of clean water and good food and shelter. And I don't think anybody wants war, right? But it's a reality that happens, and I don't claim to know the answers. That's for sure. And so what can I do? What can I do is the question, right? So maybe would anybody, I would like to open up the circle, and I'll chime back in when the time is right. But would anybody like to share any ideas, intentions, affirmations for this day? Just go for it. Welcome to unmute yourself.
Does anyone else want to go? I could say a few things that I was thinking about. Well, one of the things, that I suffered through during this whole lockdown thing was I realized it's things I took for granted. And like, Amanda was saying, sometimes things look bad, but then we've never become so aware of certain things. So I realized how lucky I have been in the past to be in the United States, where you can protest, you have free speech, you have a lot of sovereignty. And I realize now that, some of these things that our forefathers fought for so many years ago, lost their lives for, are just I don't know, people just watching it disappear. And so, on one hand, it's it's breaking my heart. But on the other hand, it's wow, you forget about things that you have. You forget that you have, certain rights. Certain countries don't have anybody's sovereignty, and women don't have any rights. And so what it did was it made me really, feel strongly about preserving our rights, preserving our Constitution, praying that people awaken and spreading love. I'm against every war. Nobody benefits from war except some wealthy world leaders. So and my head is filled. Maybe I'm rambling on, but what it did was it made me really feel strongly about preserving our rights, preserving our constitution, praying that people awaken and spreading love. I'm against every war. Nobody benefits from war except some wealthy world leaders. So and my head is filled. Maybe I'm rambling on, but what it did was it made me really feel strongly about preserving our rights, preserving our constitution, praying that people awaken and spreading love. I'm against every war. Nobody benefits from war except some wealthy world leaders. So and my head is filled. Maybe I'm rambling on, but what it did was it made me really how do we stop this
feel
glitch
strongly about
preserving our rights, preserving our constitution, praying that people awaken. Can you pause the recording, love, maybe? I'm against every war. Nobody benefits from war except some wealthy world leaders. And my head is filled. Maybe I'm rambling on, but yeah, you're rambling on and on. Made me really. Oh, that was so weird. Holy shit. Sorry about that, guys. I had nothing to do with that at all. I don't know what that was.
That was the grand echo.
Oh, God. But anyway, I guess the earth is echoing. Whoa. But anyway, and the other thing, of course, is like our connection to the planet. I love nature so much, and birds and animals and blue skies. And I know that if our world leaders and everyone in the world would become more conscious about things that are done to the earth, the spraying of the skies, the dumping in the water, the pollution of the soil. They better not repeat. So I'm shutting up now. Okay. I love you all. A blanket of love surround the earth.
Oh, thank you, Rosie. I don't know if that was me that was the instigator of the echo, but you're, bringing it back to that place of prayer and peace. And, the thing is we just got to keep at it. And I think we realize that the grandmothers really realize this, the grandmothers and the grandfathers. And I know your grandmother, Rosie, and, you've been at this for a long time, and it can be very disheartening to see the world, seemingly get worse in some ways. Right. But there's so many things that are also getting better. And it's also, we do have to choose where we look. And you've taught me that a lot too. And I know that we through our practice, through our creative practice, we have an opportunity to connect with a deeper knowing that is within us. And it's something that once we start looking for it and seeing that we do see more. And there's been an interesting insight that's been coming through lately around how there's actually nothing to fix. And that is it feels very strange to say that in some ways, but it also feels very true. Like everything is happening for a reason in some way. And we are here to learn. We are not here to be undisturbed, non-disturbed. We're here to learn. And so we're here to learn compassion. And so we drop into that compassion, and it's a beautiful space. It's a place of where we realize that we are all connected, even within the suffering. But yeah, thank you for that share, Rosie. Love you. Would anybody else like to share?
Hi. Well, once again, I totally agree with you, Amanda, with Rosie words. So I'm going to keep it short because my English and explanation and theoretical words is more difficult. Yeah, it's been a tough ride, those 2 years from all this psychological war in the head, the fear, the judgment of people. It is much, and it's going to be a lot more to come, I think. But I'm so glad for all the beautiful things that it also has given the time to reflect, to be with yourself, to go through the anger, the doubt, the fear, the pain. Ooh, it's tough, but yes, we grow out of it. And I'm so thankful for the community and those people that you could keep close, where you can have conversations with, logical, but also from the heart. Okay, the groups are getting smaller, but they are much intenser and more real than it was ever before. So yeah, I'm grateful for all the opportunities you also give, Amanda, and the whole crew that is so special and so loving. And even when you are alone, you don't feel alone because you're connected and to the core, to so many offers you all give. It's magical. It's really needed in this world to light workers like you all. So that's about it. And keeping my prayers for all of you, for the world, for world peace, for a better vibration with all the winds that will come over the world, because we really need it. So big hug to everyone, lots of love and lots of good health and magic to come.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Rose, for that. And watch you sharing your words, through your voice into this space, and then watching Antoinette, watching Shane, watching those that are creating now at the same time. It's like seeing this, your prayers go right into the pigment, into that space. And I feel that I'm reminded by the power that we have of manifestation, and that collective prayer that we're interested in, that I think really draws us here together and draws me to want to be here, right? And to figure out all these new mediums that we can find a way to connect. Because each of us, when we turn off this spaceship, right, and we go back into our little world, we have a remnants, an essence that stays with us, and that ripples into the life around us. And that's what really, it all matters, right? But that really matters. Yeah. Thank you. I like that Rose and Rose were just the ones that just shared. And they're across the big water from each other. Yeah, who else would like to share?
Can you hear me?
I see Yuma. Yeah, Yuma, I'm gonna pull you up here to the spotlight. Yes, there you are. Hi.
Hey, look who's with us.
Yuma and Jackson, Papa Jack.
I just want to say thank you to all of you who have come forward to be a part of the Vision Train. And thank you, Amanda and Alicia, for bringing forward what was originally the Academy of Visionary Art. That's really important to keep it going. Even though Papa Jack and Yuma don't do the painting, we do our own creative things in various ways. We're Amanda's parents, for those of you maybe who don't know. and so,
Number one fans.
and we're her fans. And we get invitations. And so I am eternally grateful for all of the beautiful intentions and love that each of you is putting into being a partner in this endeavor of connecting. We're connecting at the soul level. The spirit of connection is so important right now. And the good is underneath, and it's wanting to come up, 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 and it's pushing like spring is pushing. And all the old leaves and debris have to be pushed away. And that's what's going on right now. The darkness is going away. And as long as we hold that light and connection with our intellect and heart, we're doing fine. And our essence is coming out into everything. And so we give thanks.
You all put out an awful lot of light. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love you. We love you for creating Amanda and bringing her into our world, because everyone here can attest to how important a person she is on this planet. And just thank you so much for birthing her and nourishing her and giving her so many great creative opportunities to the point where she is now, and a leader in so many ways, and such a gift. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Such sweetness, the ripples, right? From the intentions, like thinking a lot about intentions today, and knowing that my parents really had a strong intention around bringing children in that were aware of the miracle and freedom that they would have as beings on this planet. And yeah, I'm grateful for the journey with them, and to be able to share this space too. We're not in the same town right now, but we're able to connect this way, and it's pretty cool. Yeah. So thank you for what you do. Everyone speaking into the wind of what they believe is true and what they believe is important, and continuing to focus on feeling good and being happy. That's something that my mom always says. Yeah.
May I say one more thing?
Yeah.
There's a motto that I came up with. Maybe Spirit just infused it in, and it's having fun, feeling good, being happy. And that covers so much. And giving and returning service for the highest good of all. Thank you.
Choo choo.
Choo-choo.
Yeah. Would anyone else like to share?
I'll share a little bit. I just had a friend drop off some flowers, and they're about to bloom, and it just feels like the perfect symbology for this time of year and for a lot of the things that have been saying. They're beautiful as they are. They're so lush. The color of green is just like so alive and rich, and there's a slight smell to them. And I just know that they're going to bloom into these exquisite white lilies. and they're going to smell amazing, and there's going to be so much more coming from them. And there's so much more that's coming from all of us. And, you know, these flowers are in a bunch. There's many of them together, so it's going to make their smell even more fragrant. And so all of us together are a bouquet of flowers, and, you know, we're all blooming, and some of us will bloom first, but we'll all bloom, and we'll all contribute to this amazing, intoxicating aroma that just pulls people in, you know, because they're going to see us living our lives in this way, in this dedication to beauty and love and connection. And they're going to be like, ooh, that smells good, I want that. And they're going to come. So yeah, just wanted to share that, and just reiterate the importance of community and this global community that we are so lucky to be a part of. On a personal level, I've been really like shocked in the face of feeling with who I am as a person and how important it is. I'm just going to keep talking over the sound. You know, how important it is to accept help from your community and accept support from your community, and the reminder that you're not weak for needing to rely on other people. It makes you stronger. It makes you more fragrant and beautiful and alive. Yeah, so that's it. That's just some, you know, stream of consciousness rambling about flowers to share with you all. I wish I could share the smell with you, but, you know, you've all got your own good smell, so smell your own magic. And yeah, happy to share this space with everyone.
I love it. That is the one thing, the smell, that we really can't share that yet. But there is something in the, you can sense it, or it's like, I know what those flowers smell like. I remember it. And so it's an interesting thing also, even like in a painting or in a work of art, that like to evoke a memory of a place and of something that feels really good.
Yeah. And I think there's a way to capture that. And like in my art, my goal is to create very like sensual art. Like, even if you can't feel it, I want you to imagine what it feels like and to be able to tap into that. And so I think we all have that power to share these visions and ideas and thoughts and feelings and allow people to like tap into what they're remembering for it and what it brings up. So yeah, there's a lot of power in just memory of a certain sense and the way it can bring you right back to a certain time. And that's pretty impressive.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rosa. There's so many roses here today. Then that blooming is like a really nice reminder. Also, what my mom said before around, like, you know, this, we're going towards spring in the northern hemisphere, and I know there's some Australians here too. They're going the opposite into fall. But these seasons are such powerful, you know, invitations for us to drop into our connection of, you know, with the earth. And I just did a painting recently, or just finished one that was a lot about this connection and the connection with all things. And I painted, you know, just a little whisper of mycelium beneath the feet, and the electricity of the energy that coming from the flowers, and then touching the earth, and then thinking of that touching the earth, and then igniting the mycelium, like Paul Stamets would talk about. You know, he talked about that during our mushroom invocation that we had on the train. about over a year ago. And it's so cool, the interconnectedness of everything.
It's so true. It's like, it's not just the mycelium are so interconnected. And I can't remember the book about trees, but how they will send messages and feed a tree that's just further away through the roots. And how we are like that, like just by doing a global prayer like this, that energy, it's energy will spread out, the more people that, fill their heart with love, envision peace and fairness, how, like the mycelium, it will spread out.
Yes, yes, yes. Would anyone else like to share? You can raise your hand, just say you want in the chat, or just unmute. However you feel the flow coming to you. Laura, spirit song. Yes, please share.
Can you hear me very well? Or I'm afraid my computer sound is it okay?
It's okay.
Okay. I will share shortly how I came back to the art path. I used to do art when I was a kid a lot, when I was a grown-up, and I was a normal grown-up who used to work in offices and teach English, to be a manager, and blah, blah, blah. So I had like a breakup. First, I was artist when I was born, but then I turned the other way, and recently I came back. And the main reason I was listening to everybody, the main reason why I came back, I started working energetically on my sovereignty statement. There is such a word, sovereignty and authenticity. And I finally authenticity, yeah, and sovereignty. And that when I started feeling my soul call again to do the earth, and when I listen and watch the world right now, everyone is speaking war or not war, war or not war. And I feel recently we need another way. We need a way number 3 at least, that start great, just out of love, and just put good boundaries. Even too many discussions about war, they give you attention to that subject, and that's where energy goes. And me, myself, in my life, and even with my art, I'm still on some healing journey to get some blockages in the way of creativity. But it shows the same. We need another path. We need less concentrate, war or not war. We just need to start creating and concentrating out of love. And more concentrating on your inner sense, on your authenticity, raising your vibration, looking at everything from the top level. It's like you're not living in a cellar, you're living on top level and waiting and looking from higher perspective. Because what I feel like an artist, especially visionary artists, they are the stars, they're the example. And by just by more concentrating, not like that would be the third way, because we have children coming in, new generation, and yeah, and our ancestors, we have like at least 500 years or more of wars, and it's in genes, it's in behavior, war, and war. And somebody needs to start paying respect for the history, but to turn it, to start just creating out of love. And then vibration changes, and your concentration, where you put your energy in, and that's how you show example. And the art is the best way to show it. This discussion, I think it's just such a void time, and all these old systems, they collapse, they're not working anymore. Just an empty space. Just start creating and concentrating on authenticity, and like showing examples with an art to people as well, how to create more of love, not out of fear, because there is too much fear in the world. And we need to dilute it more. Let's concentrate on fear, because when you trust in higher forces, they are giving you energy, they are giving you resources. if you're not getting any resources, that means there is something in the way, some other fear. But like the name Rosie, the rose is a symbol of a god. Lilies are the god's voice. So it looks like the God is speaking, like people will wake up, concentrate more, just creating them for love. That would be my message. That's what I'm implementing in my life. I'm really judgmental of myself about my art techniques, but I'm working on it, and I hope that's how I contribute to the world. Just by doing art, because it gives vibration. It gives vibration to the environment. And thank you very much that I can be in this community, because this is my support as well. And that's it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Laura. It's very sweet to hear your voice and you know, that your intentions streaming through into this circle and this space. And I see your work behind you, and I see the star, you know, the star that is also, I just saw that Michael also showed us the star. And you know, this symbol, these sacred symbols that are, you know, in nature, and we can see them sometimes, you know, in our dream states, and they're a part of the core fabric of our existence. And you know, the more that we also meditate on them, we find that connection with source. And that's the beauty of a community like this, that is centered also around integrating through a practice, you know, through the artwork in whatever form that takes, right? And so us being all over the planet, you know, I remember over 20 years ago feeling, you know, ignited by starting to find others through the internet, and now to see where we are able to connect in this way is really inspiring. So thank you so much, Laura, for beaming in from Lithuania and sharing your heart and your work. And let's see, Courtney, would you like to share?
Yes, I can share. Definitely. I'm just at work right now, so, but I'll definitely, you know, I'd like to share what I have, because I have been reading this kind of a mission statement or intentions, and it's all to do with manifestation, as you were saying. But I just found that, you know, the art process, this community, the synergy that I feel has been so powerful, and all of us contributing on this platform has been so just like magic. So I'll just read a few of the things that I wrote here, and it's a mission to that all that I want for myself, I anchor for and in service to others. And I also say that, you know, I refuse to fall for anything other than equality, unity, and may I make space and give up whatever it is within me, to make space for a new reality to dawn, to allow, to let go of whatever's, you know, standing in the way of that new energy coming through for the Aquarian age, you know. And so I just feel really grateful to be here. And there's a few statements here that I wrote. May I be more abundant so that more can be had by all. May I be radiantly healthy so that others can feel more well. May I be more peaceful so the world can abide in peace. May I be more infinite so the world can be set free. May I be more inspired to awaken the artist in every heart. May I be more loving so the world knows it's safe to be open, receptive, and vulnerable. May I be more fulfilled to invite more fulfillment into every heart. May I be more energetically grounded so that others can feel connected and aligned. May I be more healed so that the world can remember wellness as its natural state. May I be more forgiving so that all predators are transformed and returned to the light. May I be more accepting to bring the light to all darkened corners and shadows. May I be more open-hearted to abolish victimhood off the face of this planet and all planets beyond. May I be more thoughtful with my words and actions to bring more mindfulness to this planet and be more relaxed so the world can abide in peace. So, and also I say that, you know, no narrative of division is going to create separation or division within me. So it's really like owning that and bringing it out, and in a way that's kind of like the loving kindness meditation, the metta that the Buddhist monks would use. So it's kind of like bringing that into my heart and radiating, expanding it out. So yeah, that's just a little bit that I wrote.
Choo-choo!
Yay!
Thank you for that share. What a beautiful drop-in and reminder. So all-encompassing. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hmm. Who else would like to share? In the space of silence where we were earlier, I was trying to navigate if there was sound or not of the meditation that was streaming from Austin, Texas at the Capitol. There was the feeling of insecurity around, oh, well, there's no sound, and then their stream wasn't working out, and whoo, what do we do? And the silence, though, was also very comforting and opening, and knowing, well, you know, those that are tuning in today and are either there physically or no matter where we are, we can tune in through taking some moments of silence. And I feel more and more comfortable with that. I want to be more and more comfortable with that, not filling every moment with something. And I think that's become quite a habit, to fill all the moments. And yeah, so I'm grateful for these moments of silence too. And breath, remembering to come back to our breath. Remember to drop into that space where we're truly alive, we're truly present, and we're not in the past or the future. And the breath is what really reminds us to do that. I'm feeling like Lisette might have something to share with us, but maybe she doesn't. I just,
Amanda, I love you. Thank you for just bringing out my voice. I didn't even realize it, but here I am. You know, I'll share what I was thinking in that exact moment, which was of a concept from the Quaker tradition that I find so incredibly beautiful, which is that a gathering of friends comes together and sits in silence until the spirit moves you to speak. And I've found in my experience, just in this space here, in this community with you all, as we have come to know one another more deeply and spent more time together just in our own independent practices and coming together around meditations and coming together around thoughts, the ways in which we've eased into our collective silence and then collective excitement when someone does have something to share. And it feels really beautiful to watch the way energy and inspiration move in this incredibly interesting technological channel. I'm consistently moved by the revelations and the offerings that come through in this space, and they seem to evolve so spontaneously just from everyone's individual points of love. It's magic every time, and I've heard the word magic a few times as we've been here, and there's a reason. There is something incredibly magical about this space. So and moving, and I think that's another element that I appreciate about this aspect of coming together in silence until you're moved. Thank you. I guess I was moved to to share. I'm so happy to be here. I just I feel so inspired from this point of just multiple viewpoints and points of love emanating from the screen. It's really remarkable. Thank you.
I helped move you. I nudged you, and that's kind of fun too, that nudging. And I'm reminded with your remembering of, I think it was the Quakers practice, right? Of this of letting the spirit move you to the sharing. And I remember a practice that I experienced when I was a youth in our church group in Uniteens, the Unity Church. We had this little game we'd play where we'd sit in a circle and we wouldn't be touching, but we'd all close our eyes, and somebody would start with the number, with counting, and we'd be counting up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you would the game was for you to feel when it was your turn to share, to say the number. And as soon as two people would say it at the same time, then you'd have to start over again. And so it was kind of this little game to feel, to sense more into that space of when is it my turn, and giving others the turn, really listening. Because that's the game that we play too, is like, all right, I'm thinking of what I'm going to say next, or I'm multitasking and doing other things while I'm trying to listen as well. And that is, that's divided attention. You're not truly present. And so, I find myself in that position today where when I feel like I'm flying a spaceship, that's the only thing I can, I could say I feel like I'm flying a helicopter. I don't know how to, I've never flown either necessarily, but, it's like doing many different things at once. And at the same time, trying to be present or aiming to be present and listen. It's quite the challenge, but it's a reminder. It's a really interesting invitation, I guess, to walk in the many worlds, if you must, and when you can, be in just one and be completely present. And I've come up against some of these ceilings lately, and maybe some of you feel this as well, as wow, there's so many things going on and I feel overwhelmed. I don't feel well in being able to give all that I want to give to all of these channels. And in that, it's an interesting conundrum. What do I do? And I remember you know, my teacher, Michael Fuchs, when I was a young person, telling me too, he says, you're one of those people that are going to have many opportunities in your life, and your challenge is going to be to choose. So where do we choose to give our presence, our gifts, right? And know that we're gonna continue to come up against those scenarios where we're gonna have to choose, and then we ask for help. That's you know, and I thankfully as a young person was given also quite a few examples and suggestions on how to ask for help, you know. Usually works. You know, we find an opening when we're not trying to only figure it out in this individual kind of perspective. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm rolling the crystal ball around the screen to see where it wants to land. Oh, and I see some friends popping in and out, jumping on the train for a few moments. So the silence is our friend too, is what we were just sharing about. And yes, I'll share our discussion prompt. It was quite loose, but I'll share it in the chat. And it was really a invitation to share a prayer for humanity, for these times that we're in, for anything currently happening in your life, in the world, what you're observing, and for us to collectively listen and hold each other's prayers in our heart. To share your visions for humanity's awakening and your love for Mother Earth. The simplicity of this prompt. And this is the 2222222 portal. I just go for it because I have no idea how many twos to to say. I just want to keep saying them. So what is the two also? The two is this this connection with the other. And this unification. It's it's the separation, but it's also the remembrance. And so I find that we're really in that now, and I feel that almost every day. You know, these great waves of feeling concerned and disconnected in a sense, and lost, but then also finding the reconnection. It's all happening faster. Does anyone also feel that, this quickening? Yeah, if anyone would like to share, it's good to see some faces I haven't seen in a while. I'm curious, what is real for you today? What is something that you have noticed today, and something that you would like to maybe see more of tomorrow and in the coming times? Connecting to nature as our teacher. Yes. And thank you, Martina. Thank you for being here and dropping into the train. And yes, today is our inauguration day for the Vitra Academy, which will be starting in an hour. So welcome to stay on for that. And Martina, you're definitely one of the angels that has been a part of this golden thread, bringing us to this time and place. The art spirits incarnated now. And Alex writes, more love for self. I feel that. Yay, Norman. Norman is sharing. Ooh, Venosa Roberto is here with us. Yes.
Heavy hitters, let them talk.
It's all. Amanda.
You're talking. Hi, Mom.
I'm talking. And I just put something in the chat, and I wanted to share it in case someone's not looking at the chat. And that has to do with the word lovejections. Instead of injections, lovejections. We give lovejections to the world, to the situation, to what is in front of us. And if we can stay in that place of lovejections, it all comes into alignment with what feels good, what's right now. That's what feels so good to me right now. Yeah. Thank you.
I love that.
That's what somebody said. I don't know, Rosie, somebody said no injections. But that came to me, lovejections.
Yeah. Love wins. And it works. It helps when we drop into that space of love. Mm. Beautiful. Michael writes in the chat, realizing your unchanging eternal identity of love is all that is necessary. With this, the illusion of the mind's concepts will naturally be given less and less energy, as we would with anything we find out to be not real. Beautiful. Evolve in love. All our hearts connected and connected to the heart of the Mother, Earth, and even our world leaders. They needed big time. Yes. Yes, Rosie. Yes, sending love to all the places of conflict, right now, whether they be on a large scale and a small scale, the conflict within the self, conflict of confusion. And Courtney writes, it had to be a mad dream, one that would give her courage. She would need to discard the prejudices. It had to teach her to think of love as a state of grace, not the means to anything, but the alpha and omega, an end in itself. It's by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Love in the Time of Cholera. Martina writes, for this day and forward, I envision us all cleared of pain, received or inflicted, released of old debt, imposed or demanded, and bathing in the unconditional love that heals all wounds and harmonizes the entire universe. May we know world peace and well-being for all people and all beings in our lifetime, and an environment that thrives and supports all life. Love to all. So much yes. Thank you. Thank you, Martina. I'm curious, what do you see? What do you see the role of art and creativity in the coming times ahead? Does anyone feel inspired to share their thoughts on that? Norman would like to share, please. Yes, you can unmute.
Okay, cool. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
I think it was at the point where you said something about the fear of the other and the number two, that I thought about how working on art or just going out in the world is constantly putting us outside of our comfort zones, right? And it's a constant process of like meeting that edge of our perceived kind of safe self and identity, whether that's through techniques or through jobs or relationships. And then just kind of inching and just being present and going past that. And I think that as long as we're in this 3D plane, like that's just going to keep happening because the duality of it. But that's process is never ending. I think it's an infinite thing. Who knows how far that goes? Who knows how far our comfort zone will keep pushing us? What new techniques, what new feelings will develop? So I hope that we can all learn to navigate past the edge of our comfort zone just enough to benefit ourselves and to benefit the world. That's often the same thing, as I'm sure everybody agrees. So that was kind of what I thought of and was feeling like was important. It just kept coming back into my mind. I kind of pushed it aside a couple of times. I was like, no, just listen. But yeah, so I hope we can all navigate past the edge of that, wherever that comfort zone is, in a safe way. So that's all I had to say. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for having me, Amanda. Glad to see Martina in here and everybody else. So thanks.
I appreciate you speaking to that, Norman. I think that edge of where we feel maybe insecure or where it feels edgy. There's a lot to learn there. And if we can be vulnerable to that, you know, and create more safe places for that vulnerability, then we can become more real. I feel that. Thank you.
I just want to say that that's what I'm here for. I feel like I have really bad social anxiety, and I haven't put myself in a lot of painting positions, social positions where I can share what I do because I'm terrified. And a lot of it is my own inner monologue and a lot of trauma. And I've been healing for a long time. And this space has been pivotal for me to show up and speak and share. And I just want to thank everybody for creating the safe space to do so and meeting everybody with so much love. Everybody's helping each other find our medicines here. So I really appreciate it, and I love you guys so much.
Yes. Oh, big warm hug to you, Brittany, and for your courage, you know, to be here and to know that you're held and that you are safe. And thank you for sharing right now, like in that, to that specifically. There's a part of each of us that has that anxiety of how we're going to be perceived, you know, and I feel it too, a lot more than maybe some may think. And it's something to continue to just show up, and, you know, with that open heart. It's amazing how much goodness actually comes back, but we have to open it to let it in, right? Yeah. Beautiful. Charlotte shared in the chat, love to all. We are love and can choose to share this. Yes, I believe art is incremental to teaching love and understanding X. It is a conduit to embody the experience of an artist that people can interpret as their own mirror of experience. I cry sometimes when I see a particular art piece, and that feeling is special as the connection to the beauty of its construct touches my heart. Love to all. It's Charlie Flower 3. And Jeet, good to see you here, Jeet. Continue to inspire each other and everyone to create more art and see reality through different perspectives. Also heal us and everyone from all the lifetimes of suffering, and open up to become the best versions of ourselves, being present and co-learning. Thank you, Jeet. And beautiful to see you here too, honey. I'm feeling the light nodes to everyone tuning in from all over this planet. Really, this is a vast network and web of where we are grounded, our feet on the earth, and tapping in to this broader field that is always present. And Courtney writes, the courage to create through art is to tap into the flow of life, the igniting and the expansive possibilities in all living things, to realize and teach every individual to see their connection to the great mystery, to protect all sacred traditions and embrace and honor the power of our hands-heart connection. That's our job, this great remembering. Beautiful. We're at actually 22 minutes after the hour, which is wherever you are right now is a time to drop in. Shall we take a few breaths right now and drop into this 222 portal? Breathe in all the goodness and all the love. And exhale all the doubt, all the fear and insecurities. And inhale the sweet, clear water and the air that connects us all. And exhale, letting go of anything that does not serve you. Inhale again. Love and peace on this planet, in our hearts, now. And exhale everything that stands in our way. May we embrace that, knowing that it is in our way, so that we may learn more compassion for ourselves, each other. Remember, it's time to remember, to come back together again around this grand tapestry, this colorful rainbow of this present moment. And so in the last few minutes here of this space and this sharing, I'd like to invite anyone that has a few closing words. May we give voice to the voiceless. Celebrate the uncelebrated, acknowledge and heal our past traumas so that our ancestors can witness their wounds heal through our daily acts of compassion and love. Thank you, Alex, for voicing that here and now for all of us. And Azora writes, I hold a rainbow vision of unity, love, and light for our future. Feel that. Yes. And Rosa, you had your hand up. Would you like to share something?
Yeah, I was just reminded of something, a lesson, I guess, that I remembered. I've been dealing with a lot of physical challenges, and I felt like I wasn't making progress. And I was spending all of my energy on how to heal my physical body. And a couple nights ago, I just remembered, like, oh, duh, I haven't been tending to my heart. And so I went into my medicine cabinet and I pulled out all of the herbs that I have for my heart, and I made an infusion for my heart, and not just my physical heart, but my heart spirit as well. And, I sipped on that for 24 hours and finally had enough energy to start painting again. And so I started painting all of these herbs that are good for my heart, which just kind of further enhances the medicine of that. And finally, after tending to my heart, which is the container of our life force, was I able to make strides forward. So in honor of this day and of all of our messages of love and heart healing, I just wanted to share that to remind us all that tending to your heart is one of the most vital, important things that we can all do. And how does, making art relate to this new time? It's like, if we can heal our heart, and many of us heal our heart through our art practice, our heart practice, then we can heal others. Because if we're sick, we can't help anyone else. But if we're full of our life force, then the magic happens and we can share that with everyone.
Yes, 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 yes. So much yes. I feel all my cells jumping around in the ecstasy of being reminded of that. Thank you. Rosie Rose wrote something in the chat to share with us. This is the prayer that Baba Tundi Tunji would have us all say at the end of drum classes. Shall we say it all together, Rosie?
Sure. Sure. I am that I am.
I am beauty.
I am beauty. I am peace. I am joy. I am one with the Mother Earth. I am one with everyone within the reach of my voice. And in this togetherness, we ask the divine intelligence to eradicate all negatives from our hearts, from our minds, and from our actions. And so be it. And then we touch our heart, and then the ground, we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. Wonderful, dear friends. So I think this is going to conclude our session now, so that we can prepare for our next segment. And in about 30 minutes, we're going to be jumping into a circle of the opening of the Vitra Academy, which has been born out of the Vision Traiin and out of the Vienna Academy of Visionary Art and out of the Vision Seeds that many of us have held. And it's a response. It's a response to a desire that has been welling up, and we're rising to this time and going to see where it takes us. And it feels beautiful and auspicious to share that here. So, Michael, I see your hand up. Would you like to share something?
Sure. Hi guys. Hi family.
Hi.
Thanks for having me. Beautiful session. Yeah, so I just wanted to share as I didn't get her name, but she mentioned yeah, just coming into the heart space. And I just wanted to share that I'm hosting a meditation on the Vision Train tomorrow night at 8. Basically, yeah, falling in love with the breath, which brings you back into the heart space, the source of it, and just learning to rest there, or to rest your attention there. Very simple.
Beautiful. And which 8 o'clock in which time zone?
Oh, Eastern time.
Eastern time. All right. And I think you did put this in the Mighty Networks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I see more and more friends are popping on right now. Hi, Stefan. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Zach. I feel inclined that it might be a good, even though there's so many of us here already, that we restart the train to make sure that our stream is clear for our next segment. So for those of you that are listening in now, we're going to jump off, and then you know how to jump right back on, right? And please do. We'll be connecting in this space and in about 30 minutes, a little bit less than 30 minutes for the opening circle of the Vitra Academy. So yeah, if anyone has questions, drop it in the chat or drop it in when we jump right back on. I just also want to, since this is a 24 vessel, you never really know when it stops and starts, but it does have to stop and start once a day. And when it stops in the middle of of an important feed, it's kind of a bummer. It's for everybody, Alex. It's for everybody. Our opening circle, we want everybody here, and we want to introduce this to you, and you're all a part of it. Many of you that have been, weaving into this story for a long time. And even if you're not a part of this round, you likely will be in the future in some way, shape, or form, maybe as a teacher, maybe as a student, maybe there's somebody that would like to be a part. I see this circle widening to include so many other creative expressions, and also ages, the children, and so it's a new track that is opening. So yeah, we're going to stop the recording now, and we're going to stop the lives. Thank you everyone that is streamed in through the live. You can come jump on the Vision Train, visiontrain.org. You'll find all the links that you need.